They say every disappearance begins with a moment no one takes seriously. For Maya Ellendu, that moment was a single text message sent at 11:47 p.m. If anything happens to me, look at him. By the time her phone went silent, Maya was already being erased. Maya Ellendu was invisible to most people. 26 years old, soft-spoken, a contract cleaner, in a glass tower owned by one of the most powerful men in the city, Chief Victor Cade. He was a billionaire developer, philanthropist by day, untouchable by reputation. His name opened doors. Her name barely appeared on payroll. Every night, Maya cleaned the executive floor alone. She wiped fingerprints from desks where decisions were made that ruined lives she would never meet. She emptied trash cans filled with confidential papers she wasn't supposed to read. She learned early that power leaves traces behind, careless ones. And one night, power made a mistake. It started with a folder left open on Cade's desk. Maya didn't mean to look, but she saw invoices, payments routed through shell companies, land deals signed off by officials who had died years earlier. She took a photo with her phone, hands shaking, heart racing. She told herself she would delete it. She didn't. Over the next weeks, she noticed things. Men coming in after midnight, files removed, security cameras conveniently offline during certain hours. Maya became quiet, jumpy. Her co-worker joked she was acting like she'd seen a ghost, but Maya had seen something worse. She confided in one person, her older sister. Ada told her to stay away, to forget whatever she'd seen. People like him don't lose, Ada said. They erase. Maya tried to listen. She avoided the executive floor. She requested reassignment. The request was denied. Then came the summons. An email from HR CC'd to Chief Cade's office. Please report to executive suite after your shift. That night, Maya sent the text. If anything happens to me, look at him. She was last seen on camera entering the elevator at 11:52 p.m. The camera inside the elevator malfunctioned. When the doors opened on the top floor, there was no footage. Maya never went home. By morning, her absence was treated as inconvenience, not emergency. The company issued a statement. Employee failed to report for duty. Investigation ongoing. The police filed her as missing, but quietly. No press conference, no urgency. Chief Victor Cade appeared on television that same week, smiling beside children at a charity event. Safety and transparency are my values, he said. The irony was surgical. Ada refused to be quiet. She took Maya's phone to the police. The text message raised eyebrows, but no charges. It's not evidence, they said. It's fear. So Ada went where fear turns into truth, online. She posted Maya's last text. She posted photos of Maya. She posted the one image Maya had saved. A blurry picture of financial documents with Cade's signature barely visible. Within days, the post was buried. Accounts were flagged. Ada received anonymous calls telling her to stop. Her landlord suddenly raised her rent. Her job restructured. Power was closing ranks. Then something shifted. A journalist named Jonah Reed noticed the story before it vanished. Jonah specialized in corporate crimes no one wanted to publish. He reached out to Ada and asked for everything. What he found was a pattern. Maya wasn't the first cleaner to disappear. 2 others had quit suddenly. One had left the country. Another had died in what police called an accidental fall. All had worked the executive floor. All had signed NDAs they didn't understand. The story grew teeth. Jonah published an expose connecting Cade's developments to illegal land seizures, falsified records, and a private security firm used to handle problems. The article didn't mention Maya directly, but people made the connection. Public pressure mounted. Sponsors pulled out. A former employee came forward anonymously, confirming Maya had been questioned the night she vanished. Chief Cade denied everything. Then the power shift came. Not with an arrest, but with a leak. A security backup surfaced. A janitor in another building had secretly copied server footage years ago. It showed Maya entering a private office, Cade present. It showed raised voices. It showed her leaving alive, but escorted into a service elevator that didn't appear on official blueprints. The footage ended there. The city erupted. Cade was summoned, not as a philanthropist, but as a suspect. His assets were frozen. His allies disappeared faster than Maya had. Justice, it seemed, was finally awake, but justice came late. Maya was never found. The official conclusion read, "Presumed dead." Ada stood outside the courthouse the day Cade was charged. Cameras flashed. People cheered. They said her sister's name out loud for the first time in months. Justice had been served, they said, but Ada didn't cheer. Because 2 days earlier, she had received a message from an unknown number, a single line. He wasn't the one who ended it. He just ordered it. Attached was a photo, recent. A woman's reflection in a cracked mirror. Older, thinner, but unmistakably Maya. The screen went dark before Ada could reply. Somewhere Maya was still alive, and someone was making sure she stayed hidden. The story everyone thought was over had only just begun. The ones who silenced shadows. Ada didn't sleep after the message. She stared at Maya's face on her phone until dawn leaked through the curtains, trying to decide which hurt. More, the hope that her sister was alive, or the certainty that someone still controlled her fate. The number that sent the photo was unreachable, disconnected, a ghost line. Ada replayed every word. He wasn't the one who ended it. He just ordered it. That meant the story everyone believed, the neat ending, with a powerful man in cuffs, was a lie polished for public comfort. Chief Victor Cade was only the doorway. Someone else lived inside. The house. Ada went to Jonah Reed before fear could talk her out of it. Jonah had already seen the message. He didn't smile. He didn't celebrate. He pulled out a folder thicker than the first and slid it across the table. "Cade's arrest cracked the surface," he said. This is what crawled out. The documents mapped a network. Shell companies feeding a private logistics firm that didn't transport goods, only people. Witnesses relocated. Problems moved. Shadows managed. The firm had a name that meant nothing and everything. Black Channel. It reported to a board that never appeared on paper. Orders moved down. Silence moved up. Maya had fallen into the channel and been carried somewhere beyond cameras and law. Jonah had a theory. The service elevator didn't go down. It went sideways. Beneath the city's old subway lines sat a repurposed civil defense complex. Sold decades ago. Reborn quietly. No permits. No questions. "If Maya's alive," Jonah said. "She was taken there first." Ada insisted on going. Jonah refused. "They don't erase journalists," she said. "They erase sisters." He didn't argue. They went at night. The entrance wasn't hidden. It was forgotten. A rusted door behind a condemned station, tagged with graffiti and time. Inside, the air smelled like oil and dust and old decisions. They didn't get far. Footsteps approached. Men with practiced calm, not uniforms, not criminals. Professionals who didn't need to raise their voices. Ada ran. Jonah didn't. He dropped his recorder down a drain and raised his hands. The last thing Ada heard before the door slammed was Jonah saying her name. Steady, like he'd already made peace with the cost. Ada escaped because someone let her. She realized that later, when the chase ended too cleanly. They wanted her loose. A message needed delivering. It arrived the next day, this time by mail. A flash drive. No return address. The video on it showed Maya seated under a single light. Alive. Eyes clear. Not pleading. Not broken. "Ada," Maya said, voice thin but firm. "If you're seeing this, they're watching you. Don't come looking. Don't trust the ending they gave you." Cade was loud. "They are quiet." The video cut to black. The drive contained files, logs, names, dates, enough to burn the city twice over. Ada understood the irony. Maya had become the evidence they tried to bury. Ada went public. Not carefully, not strategically. She flooded the internet with everything. Names trended. Sponsors panicked again. This time, the story didn't fade, because someone else broke ranks. A former Black Channel handler appeared on a live stream. Face half hidden, voice shaking. He confirmed the complex. He confirmed the transports. He confirmed that witnesses were maintained until trials ended, then relocated or disappeared depending on usefulness. He said one more thing before the feed cut. "There's a woman who refused to vanish." The city convulsed. International pressure followed. Warrants were issued for people no one had ever arrested before. The board that never existed suddenly had names. Doors closed. Flights were canceled. The quiet men started running. Ada waited for Maya to reappear. She didn't. Instead, Ada received a final message. Routed through 3 countries. Time to hit as arrests were announced. I'm not missing anymore. I'm choosing when to be seen. The attached image showed a river at dawn. Joyless, cold, relentless. On the courthouse steps, Ada spoke when cameras asked her what justice felt like. Justice, she said, is when power stops deciding who matters. Behind her, screens flashed updates, indictments, resignations framed as retirements. The city exhaled. They called it closure. They called it brave. They called it over. That night, Ada returned home to find her door unlocked. Nothing stolen. One thing added, a burner phone on the table. It rang once. She answered. Maya's voice came through, closer than before. Part of the network is still breathing, she said. And now they know I won't disappear quietly. The line went dead. On the table, the phone displayed a single new message, already scheduled to send if the call ended. If anything happens to me, don't look at him. Look higher.